Welcome back, guys. Round 4, part 2, 1988 Donruss Rack Packs break. We got Lloyd Mosby. We got Sam Horn. We got Dave Stapleton. See who we pull out of the packs. Puzzle piece. There, let me move this up just a shade. There we go. Boop. All right. Easier. Lloyd Mosby, Milt Thompson, Scott Bales, Tim Belcher, Dave Meads, Mike Kingery, Bob Brenly, Mackie Sasser, Kevin Elster, Jim Gantner, Kirby Puckett, Marvel Wine or Win, Mike Pagliarulo, Doug Jones, Bill Buckner, Dave Magadan, Deion James, George Hendrick, Larry Parrish, Chet Lemon, Eric Davis, Bobby Bowe, still getting paid, Mike Sosha, Melito Perez, John Pulowski, Rafael Palmero. Got the puzzle piece. Sam Horn, John Smiley, Mark Langston, Jack Clark, Roger Clemens, Pat Pasillo, Dwayne Murphy, Frank Viola, Mike Schmidt, MVP, Renee Gonzalez, Atlee Hammaker, Keith Atherton, Glenn Davis, Rob Nelson, Bob Welch, Diamond Kings, Paul O'Neill, Steve Balboni, John Lindman, Jerry Brown, Gus Polidor, Frank White, Bob Stanley, Dennis Rasmussen, Sean Abner, Walt Terrell, and Rob Nelson. The puzzle piece. Dave Stapleton, Dave Parker, Willie Wilson, Jack Clark, Diamond King, Jim Gott, Dave Anderson, Jim Eisenreich, Harold Baines, Ed Lynch, Pat Sheridan, Rick Mailer, Mark McGuire, Richard Dotson, Harry Spillman, Dan Petrie, Tony Bernazard, Vance Law, Eddie Williams, Al Nipper, Mike Dunn, Mitch Webster, Eric Bell, Pedro Guerrero MVP, Carl Nichols, Tim Raines, Tommy John, Diamond King. All right, let's go to the next one. We got Mike Campbell, Steve Bushell, and an Andy Allenson. All right, I know y'all know that Topps Baseball has bubblegum. Well, the thing was, Topps Baseball was Topps was a bubblegum company. That's why Topps Baseball cards had bubblegum. But that was the thing when Donruss tried to get into the game. That was the sticker, the bubblegum. So that's why they have the puzzle piece. The more you know. So there went the puzzle. So we got Alan Allenson, Mike Schmidt, Jimmy Key, Danny Cox, Steve Kiefer, John Smiley, Paul Nose, Mike Young, Don Carmen, Darrell Evans, Chris Bozio, Alejandro Pena, sorry I'm yawning, Tim Cruz, Dave Concepcion, Bert Behome Bly 11, Jose De Leon, Pete Stanisiak, Rafael Ramirez, Jeff Russell, Glenn Hubbard, Diamond King, Denny Wally, Paul Molitor, Mike Krakow, Neil Allen, Dan Pasqua, and Tim Flannery. We got the puzzle piece. Then we got Steve Bushell, Mike Boddicker, Bob Sebra, Dave Magadan, Sid Breen, Danny Tartable, Damaso Garcia, Julio Franco, Kelly Downs, Barry Lyons, Dan Gladden, Ken Daly, Sean Abner, Gary Thurman, John Pulowski, Mike Kingery, Stan Jefferson, Steve Sachs, Nick Asaski, Mariano Duncan, Felix Furman, Gene Garber, Tom Henke, Gus Polidor, Ken Oberkfell, and Dennis Martinez. Get the puzzle. We got Mike Campbell, Don August, Steve Ontiveros, Larry Anderson, Les Straker, Steve Bedrosian, Spike Owen, Lance McCullers, Mark Langston, Mark McLemore, Benito Santiago, Bruce Hurst, Jody Davis, Jose Mesa, Bill Pacoda, Bill Dawley, Julio Franco, Nolan Ryan, Jim Morrison, Atlee Hammaker, Keith Hernandez, Scott Fletcher, Todd Worrell, Gary Ward, Sid Fernandez, and a Mark Thurmond. All right, next pack, we got Chris Brown. Got an MVP Ruben Sierra. And then we got a Garth Iorg. We got the puzzle piece. Tracy Jones, Ron Guidry, Kent Tekulve, Tommy John, Ozzie Virgil, Brooke Jacoby, Mickey Brantley, Jose Lind, Dave Sevium, Kurt Young, Ty Gainey, George Frazier, Darren Dalton, Ellis Burks, Eric Nolte, Jim Rice, Ted Power, Ken Howell, Sam Horn, Luis Quinones, Eddie Murray, Brett Saberhagen, that's his rookie. I need to go through and pull all the Saberhagens. Tom Pagnozzi, Bob Welch, Ken Caminetti, and Lou Whitaker. I probably had a dozen, if not more, Brett Saberhagens in this case. And I'm just going to go through it and pull them all again. There's the puzzle. We got Ruben Sierra MVP, Pat Sheridan, Eric Show, Joe McGrain, Bobby Meacham, Bill Allman, Larry Herndon, Pat Tabler, Shane Raleigh, Cecil, Rick Horton, Robin Yount, Checklist, Dave Stapleton, Terry Kennedy, Mike Jackson, Scott Lucidor, Rick Manning, John Shelley, Franklin Stubbs, Rob Murphy, Gene Larkin, Ray Suraj, Tom Niedenfuhr, Eddie Williams, Jerry Brown. All right, get the puzzle piece out of there. Chris Brown, Dennis Eckersley, Chet Lemon, Doug Drabeck, Lester Lancaster, Glenn Hubbard, Casey Kendall, Greg Maddox, Dwayne Murphy, Scott Bradley, Willie Frazier, Scott Fletcher, Diamond King, Jeff Stone, Thad Bosley, Jim Gantner, Dale Murphy, Jerry Mumphrey, Chili Davis, Connie Lansford, Tom Prince, Jamie Quirk, Shawan Dunston, or Sean, Neil Heaton, Eric Davis, MVP, Manny Hernandez, and Larry Parrish. And this is the last pack of this video. We've got Brett Saberhagen rookie, a Jody Reed, and a Scott Bankhead. My wife is joining us now. Got the puzzle piece. Got the Brett Saberhagen rookie, Tom Pagnozzi, Bob Welch, Diamond King, Ken Caminetti, Lou Whitaker, Al Nipper, Dave Parker, Bob Welch, Steve Lake, Tim Stoddard, Lenny Dykstra, Alan Trammell, Ivan Calderon, Jeff Russell, Tony Fernandez, Rick Mailer, Mike Davis, Scott Bradley, Joe Carter, Glenn Hubbard, Diamond King, Bob Nepper, Juan Nieves, Harry Spillman, Joel Skinner, Claudel Washington, John Crook. Claudel Washington, I watched a video or a documentary on Nolan Ryan a week or so ago on Netflix. Supposedly, Claudel Washington has struck out the most against Nolan Ryan. Which, I mean, there's not many people who haven't struck out against Nolan Ryan. He was a phenomenal pitcher. So we got Jody Reed, Shane Raleigh, Diamond King, Tim Burke, Gary Lucas, Garth Iorg, Tracy Jones, Ron Guidry, Jeff Hamilton, Mike Dunn, Willie Wilson, Mark Eichhorn, Will Clark, Diamond Kings, Jose Lind, Dave Sevium, Kurt Young, Ty Gainey, George Frazier, Darren Dalton, Ellis Burks, Steve Trout, Rick Mailer, Joe Carter, Mike Morgan, Sam Horn, Luis Quiñones, and Eddie Murray when he played for the Orioles.
Cool.
And last pocket of cards for this video, round 4, part 2. Scott Bankhead, Darryl Miller, Greg Harris, checklist, Chuck Finley, Juan Behringer, Ozzie Guillen, Eric Bell, Jim Gott, Dave Clark, Mike Greenwell, Will Clark, Dwight Gooden, Mike Lloyd, Joey Meyer, Scott Terry, Rob McClure, Ernie Witt, Jose Guzman, Richard Dotson, Randall Byers, Dave Stewart, Mike Heath, Tommy Gregg, Rick Sutcliffe, and Gerald Perry.
I like the name Ernie.
All right, guys, that is the end of this video, and the next video will be the last one that we have of the rack packs. So like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, comment. See you on the next one. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Bye.